What's up, yo? Welcome back. 8 Fitness Live every Sunday, 12 Eastern Time. Today we're talking about why biceps aren't growing. But first,
updates. All right, what updates do we have for everyone?
Doing pretty good. Can move around a little bit without the crutches now. I got what I would say a semi-real workout in this morning. So
that's good.
Slowly and surely getting better. Can't wait to, be able to walk and operate at 100% again, but it's going to be some time.
For those that aren't tracking, James tore his quad tendon while out on a ski vacation. So he had to have surgery to repair that tendon, and he actually starts PT on Monday. So I'm really excited to see what all they'll have him doing for his first PT session. Yeah. How is the diet going? I know you said with the injury you were trying to, either lose a little weight or stay the same because, you're not moving around a lot. So how's that?
So I did lose a pound. However, I haven't been tracking my food. So
well, I guess that's good. At least you lost a pound.
I need to get back on it, start tracking again, get into my calories. I've been doing this so long, I can pretty much do it without tracking. But I need to lock it down and start tracking again.
So what's the goal for next week?
Hopefully lose another pound.
It's 218, you guys. There you go. And I lost a pound this week, so that's good. I hope to lose another one next week. The key for me is to not extreme diet in order to kind of reset the weight. It just needs to be a slight caloric deficit, not even, because I spent a lot of time in a caloric deficit already when I competed. So definitely want to be careful there, but definitely need to take a couple of those holiday pounds back off. I'm sure you guys are all doing the same thing right now. So,
hey, Lee, what's up? Welcome back.
Yep. So today I'm pretty excited. We're going to talk about all things biceps. Hopefully you've tuned in this previous week and saw James's bicep series. He showed you how to put all of those awesome exercises that him and Jordan did into an actual arm workout for your biceps. So what all was in that video in case they missed it?
The workout?
Yeah. What was the workout? He's like, I don't remember.
I did. It was started with the lat pull downs on the hand, close grip lat pull down, superset with dumbbell hammer curls. And then we did chin up, superset with barbell curls. And then we finished with incline curls and standing curls on dumbbells.
Awesome. So yeah, if you guys missed that, go back and take a look at that. And today we're going to get really into biceps. We're going to start with kind of what is your bicep anatomy, why maybe they're not growing if that's your goal, and then how can you fix that?
If that's your goal, whose goal is it to have smaller biceps?
Well,
Come on now.
All right, it's everyone's goal. So yeah, if you're new to this channel, 88 Fitness Training is all things hypertrophy. So we're talking about the best exercises, the best workout programs, and all things to get your muscles to grow. So we have a pretty robust playlist. We have a playlist for every single body part. So if there's a specific area you want to grow on, maybe the biceps, definitely check out that playlist in James's series that's launched already. And don't forget, our apparel shop is live as well as memberships. So if you would like even more access to James and I, definitely click that join button at the bottom of your screen. All right, are you guys ready to get into biceps today?
Dave and Buster's back. Welcome back, Dave.
So starting with biceps, let's go through a little bit of anatomy. I think a lot of people, when they train arms, they just go in there and they're like, yeah, I'm training biceps. So my question to them is always, yeah, but which part, right? So there's really two parts to the bicep. It's the bicep brachii. So there is a long head, which I think is everyone's favorite, right? That's the bicep peak. So go ahead, James, point out which one's the long head of the bicep.
The top, so that's your peak up here.
There you go. So yeah, it's that outer part to the bicep that forms that massive peak that everybody loves.
Mountaintop.
Yeah, it's the mountaintop. And I'm not going to get into exactly what exercises target that peak because that's what's in the video this Wednesday. So definitely join this Wednesday and check that out. But yes, you do have the long head and then you have the short head. So go ahead and show everyone where the short head of the bicep brachii is.
Directly under the long head, so it's the bottom of the bicep here.
There you go. And so the short head really adds thickness to the front of your arm. And, you know, oftentimes I think it's actually overused a little bit and probably with poor control, which limits growth. But we're going to get into that for you guys today. And then something that's not a part of the bicep brachii, but is part of your arm is the brachialis. So tell us where the brachialis is, James.
It starts again in the elbow, but you're underneath the heads of the biceps, so it runs up on here.
Yep. So that too also contributes to arm thickness. So if you're like, hey, my arms kind of look flat from the side, that's the muscle that's, you know, probably undertrained. And I think a lot of people just don't really understand, well, how do I target brachialis versus long head versus short head? And I think some exercises where you're like, hey, I'm training long head, it's actually short head. And you're like, what? So that could be just a mistake in the training too. So, I mean, for everyone that's out there listening right now, I would go find a mirror, flex from the front, flex from the side, and you tell us what area do you need to work on the most. What would you say for yourself, James?
You should do that with everybody.
Yeah.
Peaks. I got flat peaks, so I always try to target peaks as much as I can during the bicep workout.
I actually have pretty high peaks, so I'm always trying to develop more muscle thickness. So I do a lot of exercises that target that short head as well as the brachialis in my training program. What about you, Big T? I know you're on. Which part of your arm are you trying to work on for biceps?
Welcome back, Big T.
So yeah, definitely take a look at your physique. You shouldn't just be going in and doing the same arm workout all the time. And you shouldn't be just putting random arm exercises in, hoping that you're getting a complete workout. You know, you really want to work on the part that needs to be worked on. Aileen says long head for him. So he wants those mountain peaks.
Me too, Aileen. Me too, brother. Short head. I'm working on it.
All right,
Big T.
So
Keep working, baby.
Yeah, Big T's like me. He wants more arm thickness. I like it. I like it. The other thing I think is important to understand with biceps is just their function. What do you always say about bicep function? James usually says there's two things that the bicep does.
Yep.
So what are those two things?
Curl and supinate.
There you go. So yeah, you know, biceps are a pull muscle. So biceps flex at the elbow and that kind of assists in all of your pulling motions, right? Just like this, it allows those arms to move closer to your body.
That one makes sense, right? That one everybody gets. The supination.
Yeah, so show us what supination means.
So you just turn your palm up and now your hand is supinate. Well, let me get it on the camera here. Yeah. There we go. That's supinated. You just flip your palms up.
Yeah.
So your palms up, that's supinated right there. I had a buddy at the gym say, you know, he had no idea your bicep was
Responsible for that.
Did the supination action until he tore his bicep.
And then he couldn't do this anymore.
Couldn't do it. And as soon that's the first thing he felt after the surgery when he could do it again. That's the first function he could do after the surgery, getting his bicep reattached.
Yeah.
The real deal primer. Welcome.
Yeah, you know, actually actively turning these palms like this causes bicep activation. So for everyone listening, just do this real quick. You can feel the bicep flexing. Look, you can see it flexing. I'm not flexing anything. Yeah. I'm just turning my hand. So I think that's a piece to it that people don't even realize. Like from the moment that you grab those dumbbells, you're supinated. So you're already got that activation on the bicep. So that's pretty cool. Another thing that people don't think about, maybe it's not as intuitive as the elbow flexion and the forearm supination, but there's actually a third function to the bicep, and that's shoulder flexion, you guys. And you're probably like, yeah, but the shoulders are what's responsible for raising your arms up and down and backwards. And yes, that is true. But the long head of your bicep also helps with that motion. So they're helping to assist you in lifting those arms forward at the shoulder. And that's a function that's often ignored or limited in people's training when they're kind of focused on that long head development.
Well, I was getting ready to say, you're not going to do an exercise, a front raise for a bicep. It's just not going to happen.
Right. But think about the fact that your arm, your bicep does do that.
It does.
So that means when we're training, we want to make sure we're training the arm in different positions to activate that long head at that area. So just something to think about.
Yep. Big T, I've been doing concentrated curls lately. Definitely get good stretch with it. Nice, T.
Nice. Yeah, I think he means concentration curls.
How you doing? Dave and Buster, I do pronate and supinate preacher curls. Also dumbbell incline hammer curls. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, you're kind of hitting all the functions there with those exercises. I like it.
Aileen, that's why I like incline curls. Yep. Your elbows behind your body and you're in a stretched position.
Yeah. See, they're already spoiling some of your video for Wednesday.
You guys are too good, man.
I like it. So yeah, in James's and I's training experience, I think all these things matter. I think you do need to know a little bit about anatomy. You do need to know kind of what is the function, how does that, muscle activate and move, and why does it move like that, so you can target your training.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I think that's why they either have personal trainers or have written programs for them.
Yes.
And their program, if it's worth their darn, should have those factors already considered in.
Yeah, I told this story before. I trained a surgeon at Gold's Gym, and I would start, telling him how this works, the anatomy works. He said, "Yo,
I don't care.
I don't want to know. I'm paying you to know." So if you like that, just make sure you got a trainer that knows what they're doing and the anatomy and how it works. But there are plenty of people that don't want to know. They're too busy. They're too concentrated on surgery or whatever their occupation is. And that's okay. Just make sure you get a trainer that knows.
I always try. Like, my goal as your personal trainer is for you not to need me, to teach you so much that you're like, I got this. Yeah. So I really love it when I can geek out and someone's like, well, why am I doing this exercise? I'm like, oh, well, let me tell you why. So
and
yeah.
Most people do want to know why. There's just a very small handful. They're like, dude, I'm paying you to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Angel, welcome back. Finished arm with reverse curls. Nice.
Yeah, I do too, Angel. That's usually like the last bicep thing I do. I'll get in there and I love doing like reverse grip cable curls or something like that. So, in fact, we didn't really talk about that in the anatomy because it's not part of the biceps. But another thing that I probably should point out is the brachioradialis. It's in your forearm and it does help with bicep development. So if you have weak, brachioradialis muscles, you're not going to have big biceps, right? So you need to make sure that you're getting that forearm work in there too to help with the bicep development, because it's all part of that kinetic chain, right? It all works together.
Your elbow is going to be hurting too.
Yes, it will. So yeah, great point, Angel. I'm glad you actually brought that up. All right, so let's get into the top 5 reasons your biceps probably aren't growing. So James and I have kind of talked, and these are the key things that when our clients come to us and they're like, I just can't get my biceps to grow, these are usually the top things of why. The first one, it sounds simple, but it's the truth. It's just lifting too much weight. It really is. Yep. In fact, James's injuries may be a little bit of a blessing too, because it gives him a chance to step back and like check that form with everything that he's doing, because he's lifting so light right now.
Sure don't feel blessed.
I'm sure, but it is a positive side, I guess, of having to take that step back, slow things down, really focus on like the intention of the lift and all that good stuff.
Yeah, you can see at the gym any day, every day, all day. People are using momentum to lift the weight. They're not using their bicep to lift the weight. They're going too heavy. They're jerking the weight up. They're not doing any negative. They're just throwing the weight around thinking they're doing something when they're not.
Yeah. So like more weight's not always better, because if you're using that momentum, like you said, and you're taking tension off of your bicep, well, that's where the exercise stops being productive.
Yeah. We don't want momentum. We want the muscle to lift the weight. We don't want to swing the weight.
Yeah. And some people would argue, okay, great, I have the momentum, but I'm still controlling the eccentric. And I still say, yeah, that's great. You're still controlling the negative, but you're missing, a third of the rep, because all reps have 3 phases to them. Yep. So why would we, not work on that concentric part and lifting the weight?
If you're using it as a negative set, that is your only excuse for cheating that bar up and then slowly lowering it. That's it. Other than that, lift the bar up correctly.
And I would still do your 3 heavy sets, perfect form, no momentum, and then I would finish with like a sloppy set of negatives or something like that as your finisher.
Yep. Dave, if I'm ever doing standing curls, I stand against a pole in my basement, so I get it. My elbows back with no momentum, super strict.
I love that.
Camille did a video on that a million years ago. It's a bicep test.
Yes, go find it. Go find our bicep test and see how much weight you can actually lift.
If you take your regular weight and then go lean against the wall or a pole or something and see if you can still do it. If you can't, you were cheating.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great test for everyone for sure. So yeah, the second thing that I see all the time is that people are doing the same angle, same exercise every workout. It's like, oh, it's bicep day. I'm going to do my cable curls with my rope. Okay, like what else are you doing? I'm sure you've seen this too. I can recall like a guy at work at the gym. Every time I saw him, he's like doing this overhead bicep curl thing, and that's all I would see him do. And it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I told the story before. I watch the same guys do the same workout for 10 years. Active duty, you see all kinds of stuff. I see guys train biceps every day. So he trained biceps and triceps. He came in, he didn't care about nothing else. Biceps, triceps. Well, he didn't have the best biceps or triceps. Even after years of training, he still didn't have the best biceps or triceps because you're overtrained. You're not giving your body a chance to recover and grow.
Yeah.
John J. Morning, 88ers. Hope you're recovering good, James. Thank you. I'm working on. How many total sets per workout for your biceps? I usually do 6 to 7 sets.
I think that's right in the range.
Yeah.
Like 6 to 7 working sets, different exercises. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're in the sweet spot right there. Your biceps are relatively small muscles, so they don't need a whole lot.
Right.
You got to hit them hard, but 6 to 8 sets.
Yeah.
You're right there. Yep.
The thing about biceps too is they recover pretty fast, just like back and some of the other pulling muscles. They're really quick to recover. So I would say 6 all the way to 10 sets per week, which means you can probably work them out more than once a week. And we've talked about this. So maybe you're doing like a close grip underhand pull down on your back day. Well, your biceps are getting loaded pretty good. So that could count for your total weekly volume, even though you're not specifically training biceps.
Yep.
So it's another way to think of it too.
Yep. Pumps and poses. Hey, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Aileen, I never use an easy bar for curling. It removes the supination. Too easy. Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
Time and time again, there's been several bodybuilders say don't use the easy curl bar, don't use because it takes supination out. Now you're only doing the one function of the bicep instead of 2, right? So always, if you can, keep your hands flat, keep them supinated. Even when you're doing chin-ups or a pull-down, use the straight bar so it forces you into that supinated position, right? Good. John J, biceps growing slow and steady. All right. Keep it up, man. That's how all the muscles grow. I wish they grew fast, but slow and steady's the game, brother.
Yeah. Another thing I see sometimes is just poor mind-muscle connection. Biceps respond best to controlled reps and intent. So if you're just like blasting through your exercise and not really thinking about it, you need to slow it down a little bit, right? So fast reps definitely reduce the amount of stimulus and increase joint stress. Not to get too nerdy, but like in order for all of your muscle fibers to form those cross bridges and activate, it needs time. So if you're doing like this jerk curl thing, you can't activate all of that muscle fiber. So you do need to slow it down.
Same thing. You don't want to use momentum when you're lifting, right? Pumps and poses. It's Tina. Welcome back,
Yes.
Tina. Right on.
Tina's been doing some awesome Smith machine split squats. It looks nasty, Tina. I'm gonna have to give that a try next leg day.
Nice. Keep tearing it
Yeah.
up, Tina. Angel, without a good diet and plenty of food, it will be hard to get the gains. Yes, if you don't have a proper diet, you're just cheating yourself, really.
Well, that's another thing too. A lot of people will be like, hey, my biceps aren't growing, whatever, but they never really leaned out to see what's going on with the biceps, right?
I mean, you got the opposite of that too. I got a 19-inch bicep,
Yeah.
but then it's a hot dog. You can't even see any separation. They're so fat in between their bicep and tricep. It's just a big blob here. Well, you got 19 inches of fat, dude. Nobody cares about that.
Operation No Hot Dogs, you guys.
You got a hot dog arm with no definition or nothing. You're bragging about it's being 19 inches. Get out of here with that.
Yeah. I mean, that is the trick too. Like James and I, depending on what phase of our bulk or cut we're on, if you ask us to measure our arm, it's going to be different. We would probably have to be competition lean every time we take that bicep measurement to know if it truly grows.
Yeah. Aileen, pause, contract biceps, then curls. Yes. Part of the perfect rep. You always contract, max contraction, and then lower the weight back down. Good point, Aileen. I'm a wee pound stone. Welcome back. Majority of folks refuse to lift heavy. They won't say who they are. We preach lifting heavy, and you should lift heavy, but don't use momentum and check your form. Make sure your form is first. Like I said, if you're jerking the weight around, I don't care if it's 300 pounds, you're going to do better with a strict curl at 100 pounds for hypertrophy than you will swinging 300 pounds around, right?
Yeah, I agree with them though. Most people, if you look around the gym, they're just going through the motions on arm day. They're not struggling. They don't have that pain look where like, hey, I almost just died on this set of preacher curls. They're doing a weight that's comfortable for them. So, I mean, you got a point there.
It's human nature. You know, you don't really want to feel pain. You don't really want to work hard, but that's where the gains are, you know, and until that clicks, you're never going to get there. All right, we're rocking and rolling here. Big T trained the arms the other day till my arms were about to fall off. Get it, T. Tina, I love what you were saying about slowing down the rep. I think that's something we all realize later.
Yes.
We are weight lowers, not weight lifters. You get a lot more gains from the negative portion of the rep than you do from lifting. I know it doesn't really make logical sense, but you get more gains lowering the weight than you do lifting it.
I mean, I'm guilty all the time, you guys. Like, I will be mid-set and like, crap, I was going too fast, or I'm not pausing in the stretched position, you know, with my arms out. So call yourself out constantly and just reset. Even if it's in the middle of your set, just be like, all right, that was garbage. Let me do it again.
Angel, I don't lift heavy.
We know, but Angel's, you know, very advanced lifter and understands different techniques with volume training to get what he needs. And most people, I think, that are novice or intermediate, they try that same technique, but they don't understand all that goes into it to make it effective for hypertrophy. So I think that's where it's challenging, I think, for a novice or intermediate to take that strategy. It takes time to learn.
And we talked about it before, you know, lifting heavy isn't your only way to hypertrophy. It's the most efficient way to me, but it's not the only way. And, you know, after this injury, I told her, I'm not sure I'm going to lift crazy heavy ever again.
I would be scared for a while, especially leg day.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm going to lift heavy. I'm just not going to, you know, flirt around with one rep maxes anymore, you know.
Yeah, there's no point to that. It doesn't, you know, help with hypertrophy.
Perhaps. I never say never, though. John J., I do incline curls, preacher curls one day, barbell curls, and hammer curls the next one. That's 2 different workouts. Okay.
I like it.
So you're hitting them twice a week. Fantastic. That's 2 exercises, 3 sets, or 6 sets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good deal, John J. Weight lowerers. Gotcha. David Buster, swinging heavyweight is a good way to get injured. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. John J., should you go to failure every set on arms? Close to it.
Yeah, very close to it.
If not total failure, very close to it. I like to go to failure on arms because you can do it safely. So I try to push just about every set to failure safely that I can. It just takes the guesswork out.
Yeah.
One rep, you're leaving one rep in reserve. Wait a minute, I can do another one. Wait a minute, I can do another one. Wait a minute. Now I'm doing 6 more reps when I thought I only had 1 left, right?
Yeah, so Tina's got a great video that talks about that. It's true. Like if you go to failure, you kind of did your best or close to your previous best.
Yeah, take the guesswork out, basically. I'm Wee Poundstone. You get more gains by muscle contraction. I feel the results ever since I started using pull down from biceps. I've noticed results quickly. I'm at 220. Thanks. Outstanding.
God, I like that you're doing the Menser pull downs for biceps.
Yep. And Mike Menser is quoted saying, your max contraction is what builds the muscle. So if you got a weight on that's going to recruit every muscle fiber you got, and then you get it into the max contraction position, and then you flex and contract as hard as you can, man, you're doing it right.
Yeah. Remember, we've gone through this in my hypertrophy series. We've got 3 different types of muscle fibers. We've got our endurance kind of slow twitch fibers. These are probably working until it gets heavy, right? And then we got our type 2 fibers and type 2X fibers. So you want to recruit all 3 of those, but it's those fast twitch type 2 fibers that have the most potential for growth. So if you're not going, all out heavy as you can to recruit all of those fibers, well, then you're leaving gains on the table. So all right. Another thing that we see sometimes that limits your potential to build your biceps is just junk volume. And James and I have actually been so guilty of this, like probably 6-7 years ago. Oh man, we would just like beat our biceps to death. I mean, I'd look at him and be like, is this workout even productive anymore? So, more is not always better. We definitely have the culture where it's like more. But at the same time, if you don't fix the poor execution that's going on with the exercises, too much volume is just going to lead to elbow pain and stalling your progress.
Yep. Hey, Lane, I stopped alternating a long time because it cuts into your time under tension. That might be one of our bullet points, Aileen. I agree 100%. There's no reason or, logic to do alternating curls, right? Just do them at the same time. I don't know why people alternate the curls. I don't get it.
I definitely don't do alternating, but I will do a lot of single arm work, especially like single arm preacher curls. I do like doing that, but definitely not alternating.
What are you doing single arm work for?
I really like the focus that I can have on that specific bicep. I'm not worrying about one side being stronger or weaker than the other. I can just do max effort on one arm. So that's why I like doing it.
Fair enough. Tina, I just want to thank you guys for pointing out Mike Menser. I really wasn't aware of his principles until I started listening to you guys. Yes. Mike Menser is the man. I mean, he's been around. He's been dead since 1990, and he's still in the spotlight. He's still on social media. He's still out there. The problem with Mike Menser is that once you start listening to him, everybody else sounds stupid. So.
I mean, it just makes a lot of common sense. Yes. I like that, and it's hard to refute even from a science perspective. So
he takes the science and he breaks it down to, what I can understand, a regular person can understand, which a lot of these other science guys, they just throw these big words out at you.
And you're like, yeah, it sounds great.
Right. And he's, like Camille said, you can't refute anything he said. It all makes sense and it all works. All right, I'm Wee Poundstone. I don't leave the kingdom of hypertrophy, even though I'm cutting. Absolutely. We always try to grow, baby, all the time. I like that, the kingdom of hypertrophy.
I like that, too.
John J., I go to failure every set on arms as there's a bit of weak point for me. I also throw in a couple rest pause sets in there. Nice. How you doing your rest pause? Are you doing it at the end? Or are you doing your max weight for 4 reps? All right, Dave Buss, I go to failure. Pain can't be trusted. Your body will lie.
It does, right? As soon as you have all that byproduct build up, the pain's excruciating, but that doesn't mean anything. You have to log and track, you guys.
Yep, you got it. Oh, Tina, so true. Photo 80s, welcome, Jeff. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
My biceps are stubborn. My goal this year is to concentrate on them. Thanks for all the tips. Outstanding. Biceps can be tough, man, and they're very much so genetically predetermined, especially your peak. So you can try to work on it, but remember, you're fighting your genetics. So look at your mom and dad. If they don't have much of a bicep, you're already behind the curve.
Everyone's going to be going to their parents' house this weekend like, oh, I need you to flex your arm.
Doesn't mean you can't build one, and it doesn't mean, if your parents never worked out, they don't know what they had, right?
Right.
So keep that in mind as well. Just remember, tough muscles can be tough. A lot of it's genetically predetermined. Fight those genetics if they're bad. Angel, slow and controlled lifting. Not everyone will try because they would rather be throwing the weight. Yes, and slow and controlled burns.
Yes, it does. That goes back to Dave and Buster. So you got to go to failure.
Yep. So once again, people don't want to be in pain. They don't want to feel that burn. They just rather do a set of 10, yawn, and move on, and think they're going to get gains like that. I mean, there's millions and millions and millions of people that work out. There's not millions of great physiques walking around. So that just gives you an example right there. So many of these people aren't really getting the gains.
Right.
Big T, biceps are like calves. They don't want to grow.
No, I mean, think about the functions of the biceps we went through and how many times a day you're doing those functions. You're doing them all the time, you guys. So you really have to provide extreme stimulus to them in order to get them to grow. Same as calves. You're walking around all day. They don't want to change, right?
Yeah.
So got to lift heavy or bring the intensity.
Yeah. Just go to failure. I mean, that's like, we said it before. You can go to 30. You do 30 reps. As long as you go to failure, you're going to make the gains. It's just not the most efficient way to do it. Now you want to be safe. You worried about your joints, 100%. Go lighter, do higher reps, but still go to failure.
Yeah.
It's the only tried and true.
And it's going to hurt.
And it's going to hurt.
Yes, it is.
Aileen, because I got a bicep tendon transplant on my left arm, wow, I focus more on good form and still got 18-inch arm. That's fantastic, Aileen. Man, that's a heck of a surgery too, man. I just got this knee done and I don't ever want another surgery ever again. But good for you. And you're able to still build up 18 inches. That's great.
Perfect.
That's fantastic. I'm Wee Poundstone. My bicep workout is cable pull downs, incline dumbbell curls, and hammer curls. Do you believe what works for folks is individualized?
To some degree.
To some degree, yes.
Yeah.
100%. Everybody's anatomy is very similar, but
different.
but different. So I don't have a bicep example, but anybody with short legs can squat. They're genetically built to squat. Anybody with short legs can squat. I've seen it over and over and over. You got long legs?
It's cumbersome.
Good luck squatting.
It is unnatural and looks awkward.
Yeah. And then if you got short legs and long arms, you can deadlift. You can deadlift all kinds of weight because you're genetically built to do so. So it is a bit individualized, but, barbell curl is going to hit everybody, the biceps, right?
I mean, the exercise that you can feel the most and you have the best mind-muscle connection
Usually the best.
Is the best. So I have clients and they're like, I don't feel, my biceps working for this exercise that you're giving me. I just don't. And I'm like, well, they're clearly working. I can see them moving. But I'll usually keep trying different exercises until they're like, this is the one. I feel it. I know I'm working biceps because they're going to have better activation, better fiber recruitment, and all of that because they have a better mind-muscle connection to it.
Yeah, another good one is bench press. A lot of people don't feel best bench press in their chest. But you give them a set of dumbbells and tell them to do dumbbell bench press, and they go, whoa, I can feel that in my chest. So individualized, but remember, it works this, it works that. Just try the different ones for the individualization.
Yes.
Right? John J. doing rest pause at the end of the last set. Okay, so you're extending your set with the last rest pause. Fantastic.
That's a great intensifying technique.
Yep. John J., you guys made any new additions to your gym or plan to?
Good question. We have not in a while. I think the Smith machine was the last thing that came in there. So we're kind of out of space.
Yeah.
But we are kind of a leg heavy gym, so we'll see if James isn't going to be training a lot of legs anymore. Maybe we'll get some more upper body things.
We really haven't been looking.
Yeah.
Like Camille said, we're pretty much out of space at this point, unless we expanded to the basement, which we already have a cardio room in the basement. I don't know if we want to expand anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to, but we talked about removing the staircase that's in the studio and putting it on the outside of the structure, and so that would free up a corner for something else. I would say I'd probably want like a belted squat or something, but that'd be yet another piece of leg equipment, so I don't know.
I mean, keep in mind, we both are members of Planet Fitness.
We work out at work.
Both work out on post, so there's 3 gyms that we could pick from that we could work in, you know, if we wanted to go on post and work out. And then we got the garage gym. So unless we wanted to expand it to commercial space, I don't think we're going to
grow too much more.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Where we at? I'm a wee pound stone. Thanks for the answer. That's why I don't mess with barbell curls anymore. Yeah, you don't feel them?
Yeah, a lot of people have a hard time with the barbell curls just because it's forcing that supination and it hurts their wrists.
Hurts their wrists, yeah. I've heard that over and over. It hurts my wrist, hurt my wrist. And if it does hurt your wrist, don't do it.
All right.
There's plenty of other exercises you can do that aren't going to hurt your wrists. All right, Angel, if you don't try all the different variations of working out your arms, then you will never know which ones work best for you. Well said, sir. John J. Smith Machine, nice. I remember your home gym tour.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. We definitely upgraded since the video.
Probably.
Yeah. All right, Dave Buss, I heard a crazy statistic. Only 3% of men over 60 lift real weights. Not talking about 10 dumbbell lifters. They just give up and sit on the couch.
Not surprised.
Not surprised at all.
I actually would think that it's higher.
I'm not surprised at all. You know, I got into the fitness industry at the end of the 90s, and it was not near as big as what it is now. You know, the young kids now, it's kind of culture growing up. Their parents went to the gym. They go to the gym. Going to the gym is integrated into sports, which me growing up, it never was. So the older generation, especially, they really don't get into working out too much.
Well, hopefully that statistic is not that bad for the next 2-3 months. A lot of people should be out at the gym trying to get their fitness journey started. And if anyone out there is listening and that's you, I'm really excited for you. And hopefully we can give you some tips from this channel.
Yeah, I think everybody should work. I mean, everybody should work out. You know, it's just human nature. I want to be lazy. I don't want to do anything, you know? The obesity rate in the United States is over 60%. I wonder what percentage of the people are that are working out. I bet you it's not 60%.
I'm sure.
I'm going to guess around 20% of the population probably works out regularly. And of that 20%, I'm with you, Dave, about 3% of them are going to do a real workout and make the gains. I'm Wee Poundstone, rest pause, dude. That puts me in demon mode.
Understand.
People stop looking at me when I do rest pause because of the faces I make. It's definitely painful, especially if you're extending the set like John J is, and boy, it works. It definitely works. John J, I couldn't imagine not working out. I go crazy. Me too, brother. Me too. I don't know if you saw my short, but I just got out to the gym. What was it, midweek this week? And just to be normal, just to feel normal again, I got out of bed and I went to the gym because that's what I normally do. I wanted to get some sense of normalcy in. Now we're getting, you know, it's been almost 2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks.
Now we're getting into it and starting to get real workouts again. So can't wait. Angel, what exercise are you doing for rehab for your leg, James? I don't know yet. My physical therapy starts Monday. All the surgeon said to me was take it easy. So
that's hard, telling James to take it easy.
I am able to get around a little bit without the crutches already, so I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing that or not.
Probably
not. I am. My armpits are very happy about that. Dave and Buster, older people who don't work out lose their independence.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
The fountain of youth is strength. I mean, cut through the fog. If you want to stay young, stay strong. That is 100% the fountain of youth. Keep your strength as you age.
As long as you can.
And you will stay young. Yep. Tina, oh no, what happened to your leg? Oh, Tina, I ruptured my quad tendon 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a little longer than that. 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, yeah. On a ski trip, we stopped to take a picture. I stepped into a hole, fell backwards awkwardly, and ruptured the quad tendon.
Just tell people it's a ski accident.
I wish I could say it was a ski jump. I was jumping 60 feet up in the air. No. Stepped in a hole, taking a picture.
It was a complete tear too, Tina.
Complete rupture. Yeah. We got the surgery 2 weeks ago. That's 2 weeks ago. Here we go with the recovery. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I said it last week, but if I compete in 2026, it'll be in physique. It won't be classic physique. Mm-hmm. The legs were already a weak point, and now I can't train them for 6 months. So.
Yeah, they say it's probably going to be 6 to 8 months until he's lifting with like substantial weight again. Everything until then is just going to be body weight or lightweight. So it's definitely gonna, cause more asymmetry between upper and lower body, unfortunately. Yep.
John J, hey James, can you still work upper body? Yes, sir. You know I am.
It's awkward though now because he's got this like full leg brace that keeps his leg perfectly straight. So I've been following him around the gym and like putting a stool so he can put his leg up on it. And it's very uncomfortable to sit that way with your leg locked into that brace.
It is. And once again, I am very blessed to have Camille, and I'm very blessed to have the gym here.
Yeah.
Because if the gym wasn't here, I'm not sure I'd be going because
he can't drive.
I can't drive. That's number one. I really can't. It's not comfortable getting to a car.
Yeah.
When she takes me to my appointments, I'm in the back seat.
Yeah, it's driving Miss Daisy around here.
With my legs straight across the bench seat. So, I'm once again blessed to have Camille. She gets my weights for me. She puts my leg up. And I'm blessed to have the gym right here at home. So if those two things didn't happen, I'd be in much worse shape. Mm-hmm. Tina, I'll pray for you. Have amazing recovery. Thank you, Tina. Very much appreciate that. I'm a wee Poundstone. Are you eating anti-inflammatory foods all the time? Mm-hmm. All the time.
In fact, his sister, who has 88 Health and Wellness, does a lot of juicing. So she's been making us some anti-inflammatory juices for him to drink daily.
Yeah. Aileen, for my arm, it took me 5 years to feel comfortable lifting heavy again.
I could understand. Mentally, for sure.
Yeah. I get it, man. I definitely don't. Mm-hmm. I was talking to a client who's getting a surgery, and I'm like, I just don't want to get cut ever again. I don't want to get cut. Do not cut into my body ever again. Any body part, never again. And I hope. All right, where we at? Angel, slow and steady for recover will only make you stronger.
That's right.
It is, but that's the hard part, pumping the brakes, going slow.
Well, like I said, you could go slow. You can focus on form. You could dial it back and just really focus. So
true. John J, thank goodness for Camille. Amen, bro. Amen to that. I'm a wee Poundstone. Driving Miss Daisy. That's wrong. Yeah, I'm pretty much in the back seat. I'm not telling her where to go, what to do. But
see, our older audience probably gets that joke, but if we have younger folks listening, you have to go look up the movie.
Yeah. Tina, now it's time to focus on the business. And yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a good, I got a couple of things that distract me from this. I got YouTube, we got the business, gets me up.
Real estate.
I am training clients. So that kills time as well. Other than that, I'm just pretty much on the couch, which kind of sucks. And I'm already tired of TV. So
yeah,
it's going to be a long 6 weeks. But here we go, baby. All right. Hey, I'm a wee Poundstone. Good for your good. Your recovery will be fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm hoping for. Tina, everything else that has been put aside, she's a keeper.
Thanks, Tina. All right, you guys. So the fifth thing that we see people doing that limits their bicep growth is not focusing on the brachialis. Most people probably don't even know they have a brachialis. Honestly, they probably don't, and they don't probably understand how to target that muscle specifically.
That's true.
So definitely tune in on Wednesday, because James will show you his top 2 picks for working the brachialis specifically. But yeah, if you've just been chasing that bicep peak this whole time and not really thinking about arm thickness, by targeting that, your arms definitely are going to look smaller than they could if you didn't focus on building up that muscle.
Yeah, and I've talked to people in the gym. I've trained people in the gym, and reverse curls. They say, "What are we doing? Forearms today?" No, we're hitting your brachialis. Yes, you're gonna get some forearm in there, but we're training your brachialis, not your forearms, with a reverse curl.
Yeah.
Angel, the pink shirt looks good.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right, everyone. Go on 88's site for apparel. We have pink crop tops for the girls. We have tons of different apparel for you guys. So check them out.
I'm a wee Poundstone. I will tune in to work that muscle. It's named after a dinosaur. The brachialis definitely sounds like a dinosaur.
It definitely does.
Dave, stay positive, James. Healing is mental and physical. Yes, it is. Life will throw you curves, but you can still hit a curveball out of the park, my man. Stay the course and you will succeed. Thank you, David. I appreciate it. I know you're going through the same thing, so you definitely understand.
Yeah.
The mental game is probably harder than the physical one, but stay focused. For me, stay distracted on the business, on the YouTube, and things that I can do. And, stay as busy as I can and turn the stinking TV off.
For sure. All right, you guys. So yeah, everything that we've talked through today really links to James's bicep series. This live hopefully explains to you the why behind bicep growth, and whereas James's series kind of shows you the how, like how do you do the exercises, which ones do you select for each head of the bicep and each function of the bicep. So definitely check that out on Wednesday.
Checkered Sabrina 21. Thanks for tuning in. Hi guys, just want to say thank you for improving my chest game. Hope the feet feels well.
Heals well.
Oh, heals well. It's the knee.
Yeah.
But thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm a wee Poundstone. I'll see you guys next week. My brief rest after the workout I did is over. Take care. Thanks for tuning in, Poundstone. Appreciate it. Vino, I've been offline a bit. Saw a video of you with a brace. If you didn't mind asking what happened. Training injury? Oh, Vino, you're late to the game, bro. I ruptured my quad tendon on a ski trip. Basically, long story short, I stepped in a hole. I fell backwards awkwardly and ruptured the quad tendon. I had to get surgery 2 weeks ago, reattach the tendon. Now we're just recovering. So it wasn't a training injury. It was a picture injury.
That's right. It's the last time you'll take pictures for someone else.
Man, let me tell you. The skiing was so good. We were having
at least you got a couple days in.
We were having such a good time, and then the next thing I know, I'm in a brace and ski patrols carrying me to the daggone
Those are cool photos, though. I mean, good on your brother for just being there snapping photos.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
John Jay, are you guys a fan of the belt squat? My gym just got one of these. I'm going to try it next leg day.
I love the belted squat. I wish we had access to one like on the regular, but we don't.
I don't think I've ever used one.
No. I mean, it's great just having the load not up on your back, not having to worry about the core stability.
In theory, I like it because, like she said, the load's not on your spine. It's on your hips.
Right.
So in theory, I would like to try it out. Because it's taking your spine out of the equation, really. So you can go pretty heavy without worrying about injuring your spine.
Yeah.
All right. Angel, keep lifting, keep living, keep laughing. Take care, stay strong. Thanks for tuning in, Angel. Appreciate you, brother. Memorable trip, though.
It definitely is.
It was Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and it's probably my most favorite place I've been skiing. So we might go back.
Yeah.
Possibly, maybe.
Yeah, we keep asking him if he's going to ski again. He said, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to ski. It didn't happen skiing. I took the skis off to take a picture and stepped in a hole. That's when it happened.
See, you should have kept the skis on.
Should have kept the skis on. You're right. Should have kept the skis on.
All right, you guys, just to recap what we went through today, we started by talking about anatomy. We, talked about the bicep brachii, which is the long head, bicep peak, as well as the short head, which is responsible for arm thickness. And then we also talked about the muscle called the brachialis, which sits underneath the bicep brachii and really pushes up on those peaks.
The dinosaur muscle.
Yes, and also gives your arm more thickness. We did also mention the brachioradialis, which is a forearm muscle, but it contributes to overall arm size and development. So neglecting that is definitely a no-no because it leads to an incomplete look for sure. From there, we talked about the functions of the biceps and the fact that there's actually more than just two. But the top two, one are elbow flexion, moving your arms up and down, as well as supination, twisting your palms. And then the third one was also shoulder flexion, raising your arms forward and back like this. So when you pick your exercises, you definitely want to have at least two of those three incorporated into your program one way or another. And James's video on Wednesday is going to take you through that. So definitely check that out. From there, we talked about kind of the 5 main mistakes people make that's holding them back from that bicep growth. So make sure you guys are not making any of those mistakes. Number 1 was too much weight. So everyone's ego lifting, swinging the weights around, and you're not keeping tension on those muscles.
Yep. Make the bicep lift the weight. It's that simple. If the bicep's not lifting the weight, you just use the momentum. What the heck are you doing?
I mean, remember from my hypertrophy series we just came from, the number 1 way to grow our muscles is mechanical tension. So if you're not keeping tension on your muscle for the entire range of motion, you're leaving gains on the table. So slow it down, feel that weight, allow that tension to be applied to the tissue, and it'll help it to grow. The second mistake is using the same angle every workout. So doing the same exercises repetitively over and over again. That just leads to training the same fibers over and over again. So make sure you have some variation in there and that you are picking exercises to train the long head, the short head, the brachialis. That way you have a complete workout.
Yeah, and remember, you want to use the same exercises for about 6 to 8 weeks. So do your program 6 to 8 weeks, then it's time to change, right?
And not everything. Keep some of the core things in there and just change 1 or 2 exercises out for a little variety in there.
Yep. Lee, my all-time favorite is barbell incline spider curls because the tension is constant.
That's true.
Very good. I like doing with dumbbells too.
Yeah, both are great. Yeah. Great exercises.
Yep. John Jay, thinking of getting certified. Would you recommend NASM? Yes, I would.
Yes, that is the #1 certification program.
Yep. My John Jay, my first certification was ISSA. And Gold's Gym hired me, but they said you got to get NASM within 6 months.
Yeah.
So I already had a certification with ISSA, which was pretty,
back and get that.
Which was pretty big name back then. I don't know if
it still is. Yeah, still pretty big name.
Okay, but Gold's Gym didn't recognize it, and neither did a whole bunch of other gyms. They just recognized the NASM one.
Yeah, it's really robust. I mean, they're going to take you through everything, like more than you will ever need to really know. In fact, if you go through that training, you start training people and you're talking all this science stuff. They're like, what the heck are you talking about, John Jay? So, but it's a great program. I've been through it. He has my sister-in-law. So it's a great one.
Everybody that worked for me at Gold's was NASM, had to be NASM certified.
Yeah. And then the third thing we talked about is poor mind-muscle connection. So remember, if you're doing an exercise and you don't have that mind-muscle connection, pick a different exercise, right? It's not doing you any favors if you really can't connect with that muscle fibers and really activate them and work them. And then remember, too much is your enemy sometimes, right? We don't want excessive junk volume. We only want to do enough work to get the muscles to grow, no more, right? That just leads to overtraining. Yep. And then last but not least, don't ignore the brachialis. Please don't ignore the brachialis. Make sure you have something in there for that as well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that kind of concludes our talk for today. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We're here every Sunday at 12 Eastern to answer any questions you have in real time. So
we're back.
Yeah, we're back. So we will definitely be on next Sunday as well.
Curveballs put us down for a couple weeks, but we are back. We're going to have a topic every week, and we should be rocking and rolling, right?
Yep, you got it.
All right.
All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Happy New Year to everyone. We will see you next Sunday.
Yes, Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye.